What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 2, Rhaenyra the Cruel. Now, I don't know why it's titled Rhaenyra the Cruel, because there was nothing cruel that she did this entire episode for me. As far as her queenly duties, I do believe that she is not living up to her full potential. I do believe that. Last time I tried to give her a pass because she was grieving, but there were so many things in this particular episode that she could have moved in a different way. She could have moved in a more powerful way, I believe, than how she's moving. So I understand, just based off of the episode itself, why it's called Rhaenyra the Cruel. But Rhaenyra ain't got cruel yet. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it, child. I would retitle this the Battle of the Twins. Okay, that's what I would call it, something like that. The Battle of the Twins. That's what I would call it, because that's what basically was the whole big brouhaha for the whole doggone episode. So I have a sinus cold, so if you hear me sounding like a grown ass man right now, that's why. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that super thanks to donate to the channel. Do all the stuff the YouTubers ask you to do, and let's get on into this doggone recap right here. Alright, so episode 2. I know this is late, but I'm trying to get this up before Sunday's episode airs. Sleep with one eye open. That's another one we could have called or something like that. Anyway, but like I said, Queen Rhaenyra to me is showing to be in this episode not up to the task of ruling like I want her to do, because there's no way in hell that Daemon should have been allowed to run amok like he's been doing and challenge her authority in the way in which she is being challenged by him, if she is truly the queen. Okay, you can't be too merciful. You can't be too merciful or intimidated by these men, which is what it seems like Rhaenyra is doing in this case, especially when it comes to Daemon, right? The way she acted in this episode, I would have thought of her to still be a child. She was acting very immature. But now let me just say, it ain't just Rhaenyra. Aegon is not as mature as he needs to be either, but my focus is on House Black, because that's who I roll with, right? I want my queen to step up and start taking off some motherfucking heads. Okay, that's what I want to do. I don't care what y'all say. She don't love that fool Daemon like that to let that motherfucker talk to her in the way that she do. You can't let me believe that. You can't let me believe that, right? So right now it's still the same night that young Prince Jaehaerys was murdered. The Red Keepers in Chaos, child. They are dragging everybody in and out of the doggone castle, searching them high and low, got the bloodhound sniffing on them and everything, trying to intimidate them and trying to learn who are the culprits that was responsible for his death. Aegon is in there losing his shit, as he should, okay? As he should. You know, I kind of like Aegon. Everybody in House Green, I know he's a fuck up. He's not as mature as he could be. He don't even want to be king. You know what I'm saying? And he started off, you could see, trying to be nice to people, trying to extend some kind of grace to his fellow small kind people. You know what I'm saying? He started off that way, but you could see that his hand is being forced in order to make him the bitch ass dude that he gonna end up being. Okay. I don't know. I might still root for him. I don't know. You know, sometimes I do root for some of the villains. I like Aegon Targaryen. He was a drunkard, you know what I'm saying? You know, very juvenile, but not fit to be king, but I still liked him. Okay, so he is responding in the exact way that we all wanted Rhaenyra to respond last week. But like I said, Rhaenyra was going through a lot. She was dealing with a lot of deaths back to back. Her pops, her newborn baby, and then her middle son. That was a lot on her. I could understand. But I could tell how much Aegon loved his son. He loved that boy, right? He was the next heir to the freaking throne, okay? His guards are in there trying to calm him down, right? But he wants blood. You know, he wants pound of flesh for pound of flesh. He wants blood. He was in there breaking up shit, you know, saying he declared war. And I get it. Like, I understand that, you trying to avenge Luke's death, okay? But why my son? I didn't have nothing to do with that shit, But I guess the responsibility do fall back on whoever's the king and or queen, right? But anywho, he at this point don't know who he declaring war against or war upon, but he got a good feeling. Everybody think he's stupid, but he ain't. He may not be all the way together. He ain't fully smart, but he ain't all the way stupid either. So anyway, Damon seems to only be the only one walking around with a calm head right now. For some reason, he's the only one who's searching the rooms, right? I'm saying, and while everybody else up here running amok, he just calmly walking through, looking like, this out of place. That's out of place, right? He enters into the war room and notices that the coin that him and Sir Cole was using on the map is gone. Okay, now my question is, where are the rat traps that Cheese set? Because remember, Blood told him to set some traps just in case, or just for appearances or whatever. That would have been the first clue for me that we looking for the rat catchers. Okay, but I'm not understanding why Helena. They haven't asked Helena what these people look like. She's seen their faces, okay? She's seen their faces. And what happened to the chick who saw Blood face to face? Why she ain't came forth? I told you, she wasn't there to protect the throne or whatever. She's Laris's people, okay? And until he tell her to speak, she probably gonna say a damn thing. But anyway, but ask Helena, right? So they locked down the Red Keep. Nobody's supposed to be able to get in or out the gates. I don't know exactly how long it took them to saw off the young prince's head, but they should have been out of that damn castle by now. They should have been through them doggone tunnels and into the woods. That's what they should have been. And when I tell you, this particular episode, it clearly shows that the men have no real feelings, which is why Aegon is looking so crazy, because he's expressing all his emotions, his anger, his rage. He expressing all that shit, right? But the rest of the men, that's all they got is a desire for power, and that's making them emotional paraplegics. That's pretty much what it's doing, right? Otto was in there like, now don't you worry your little heads, okay? Traitors and villains will be taken care of. They shall be apprehended. But for us, we need to move the fuck on, okay? The child. And I'm like, the child? Dude, that's your great-grandson. What you talking about, the child? You speak of him as if, he don't even have a doggone name. Like he had no feeling or no meaning to you at all. The child. Okay, whatever. Allison is like, the child is dead. Okay, but what they did to my daughter, my child is destroyed by this. Now, Allison ain't really talking about the death of the young son. She talking about the fact that her daughter walked in on her banging Sir Cole while her son was getting murdered. That's what she's talking about. That's the guilt. Allison is letting it eat her ass up at this particular time, right? One thing that I failed to bring up last episode, her and Otto kept telling Aemon that he will get his vengeance. Even after Luke died, they kept saying, you'll get your vengeance and everything that you deserve. What vengeance does he still deserve? This motherfucker lost an eye, and Luke lost his life. What more vengeance does he need? Matter of fact, what vengeance was he rightfully supposed to get anyway, considering he the reason that he lost his fucking eye? He started a doggone fight. He was choking out damn Jace, and Jace's brother, Luke, decided to protect him and stuck his bitch ass in the eye. What vengeance is you trying to get, bro? It was your fucking fight that the fight started in the first place. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I messed up a whole word in that sentence, but I don't know which word it was because I was talking too fast. But anywho, so whatever vengeance he was supposed to get, he got it when he killed Luke. He shouldn't be looking for no further vengeance. It just makes it further clear to me that Otto and Allison's primary goal is to make forgot the boy's name already, Aemon on the throne. They want to seat Aemon onto the throne. Yeah, that's their goal. They gotta be their goal. Allison, she's like, well, what if the people who to blame ain't the ones who actually, how she say it? What if the people that we apprehend who actually did the deeds aren't the ones to blame? She's speaking of herself and her daddy. That's what she's talking about. She's speaking of herself and her daddy. And probably her son too. Okay. But I don't like, they gonna pay. Whoever it is gonna pay. Okay. In this particular moment, Allison, she really thinking selfishly right now. She's being real self-centered. And she worried about her fucking Cole. Cause she's like, oh, the gods is punishing me for my deeds. Girl, don't nobody give a doggone about your cooch. Like, not for real. Don't nobody care about your cooch. I mean, cause at this point you are a freaking widow, girl. You're a freaking widow. Now you shouldn't be sleeping with the doggone guard because they had swore an oath of fidelity and all that other junk. But don't nobody care otherwise, right? You're a widow. But if y'all started smashing before Viserys' death, then maybe there's something to that, right? Maybe they question your kids too. But other than that, you ain't got nothing to be guilty about getting your back broke out. Sure. Anyway, what you should be worried about the fact that you married your son and your daughter together. That's what you should be worried about. Anywho, Aegon, he's pissed, like I said. He like, where in the hell were you, Sir Cole? While my son was getting his head sawed off, right? It's Cole is like, I was in bed, sir. In bed. Instead of guarding my doggone family, I don't like chill out. You know what I'm saying? We'll know soon who did this. Aegon is like, don't be fucking dense. We know who did it. My oldest sister. The bitch has got to go, right? He called her a smug cunt of Dragonstone. I don't know why that tickled me so, y'all, but I laughed my butt off when he said that. After all, look here. His baby brother, which is Aemon, did kill his nephew. So you know doggone well that the sister finna retaliate at some point. Now, Aegon, you got the right house. You just ain't got the right person, right? But by the fact that she's claiming to be queen, the responsibility does fall in her lap. You know what I'm saying? That's point blank, period. Same thing as like, when Luke got killed, and it was killed by your brother, the responsibility fell on you as the king. Anyway, Larys comes in. Baby, they done found blood. They have found blood. And I did not know he was a former Gold Cloak. Okay. They supposed to be gangster. You know what I'm saying? Remember the City Watch in the original House of Dragons or Game of Thrones? The City Watch and the Gold Cloaks are the same people, child, right? They supposed to be ruthless. Ain't no way they wouldn't have had a real escape plan here. Ain't no way they would have left anyone alive to be able to tell the tale when it was done. But this fool don't do that, just that. He also gets caught carrying the head through the village in a knapsack. Like, what is wrong with you? What was your plan to get out? That's what I want to understand. What was the plan? What was the plan? Okay. He dumb. He just dissed. I can't believe he was a red cloak. I can't believe it, right? Aegon, like, you know what? I'm going to kill him myself. I don't say, you can't kill him. We need to get information from him, okay? But we going to let Larys go in there and do his thing because we need that info. Aegon said, we know who the fuck our enemy is. Boy, you got more than one. Probably. At least. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel good, child. But okay, we can go with this. Anyway, I don't say, well, we could just tell everybody it was Rhaenyra. We ain't got to prove it. You know, we just tell her. Aegon said, the fuck we win? What the hell? We not finna make me look weak. They don't run up in my doggone house and taking over and killing my kids right while I sleep. No, sir. We ain't finna do that. But if we tell everybody that Rhaenyra did it, it's not gonna make you look weak because you already look weak. Okay, you lost the damn dragon already. A lot of stuff you done did already make you look weak in the eyes of the people. Okay, but if we tell them Rhaenyra did it, anybody who was wavering back and forth in their loyalty, they may come to our side. She is a killer of children. Okay. You know how people feel about their kids and stuff? Okay, we can sway their loyalty over to us. She will become a monster. Rhaenyra the Cruel, right? the slayer of infants. Now, Jaehaerys wasn't no fucking infant. He was a toddler, yes, but infant, no. Hell, Luke was still a child his damn self. He was 14. Okay? But they want to Emmett Till Jaehaerys. They want to hold a funeral procession with his body uncovered so everybody could see his main body. Aegon is like, hell to the no. We will not be using my son's body for leverage. That's not what we finna do. But his mama like, you know what? This might make a little sense. It might make a little sense. I don't say, oh, since I'm making sense, you gonna go too. Helena too. Both of y'all ride on the truck right behind the body. So Alicent go in there to tell Helena that she got to ride behind her son's body. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. We ain't trying to get likes and follows for the gram. I ain't the one to be doing that. She said, we got to get the people to like you. I don't want them to like me. Okay? You want them to like you, not me. So Helena didn't say it, but she was like, girl, fuck you. Alicent tried to say, well, this other thing you saw the other night. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. This is about my motherfucking son, right? So they do this long funeral procession through town, slow walk while they come out. And Rhaenyra the crew, Rhaenyra the infant slayer, Rhaenyra this, Rhaenyra ain't shit, Rhaenyra ain't that. You know, that's what they going through town. And the motherfucking wagon gets stuck in a pothole, child. Now his body going through town, going over all the cobblestones and the broken sticks and the cracks in the road and everything. So his head is already bobbling. It's all because they ain't really attached for real. It's already a bobbling and shit. And these mugs get stuck in a doggone pothole, child. I just knew they was finna drop that boy. I knew it, but they didn't. They didn't. Well, they go in there, they got blood, they finna interrogate him. It didn't take long at all. That's all Larys did was take out his torture tools, and he was a bubbling, blabbling fool. He was like, Damien made me do it. And I had an accomplice. He was a rat catcher. I don't remember his name. I say, dude, you snitching that easy? You was a gold cloak? You snitching that easy? All you supposed to say is your name, rank, and serial number, sir. Name, rank, and serial number. That's it. That's all you supposed to be doing. Be a soldier. But nah. B spilled the beans, okay? Blood spilled the beans. And Aegon came in and scooped his head right up off his neck. He went full Negan with Lucille on his ass. Like, ow! He knocked him into motherfucking next week, right? He didn't swing like a little weak ass Joffrey did, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do that. Remember Theon tried to take off the master head and he had to he didn't do that. Aegon came in like he was hitting a fucking home run out the park, baby. Yeah, Aegon came in with it. He was mad. Back at Dragonstone, Rhaenyra learns that the blame is put on her. And she was like, we need to send a message to them to let them know it wasn't us. Girl, what is that gonna do? What is gonna do? They are openly blaming you, showcasing the dead child's body. What good is a message gonna do to say, I didn't do it, it wasn't me? Rhaenyra, you're not thinking queenly, sis. She's like, but they lying on me. Okay, I lost my own child. Why the hell would I do that to my own damn niece? Okay. No, sister. Yeah, Helena is her sister. Why would she do that to her own sister? It's like, not Helena of all people. That's the one that everybody liked. Okay. Anywho, Daemon's sitting off to the side looking guilty as hell. Got this smug look on his face, and Rhaenys peeped that shit, right? She knew her brother had a hand in it. You know, Rhaenyra finally sit down next to him, and she looked up at him too, instantly, because he was like, instantly she knew this fool done did something he wasn't supposed to do. She didn't have to say nothing, right? I don't even know why she wanted him to admit that he did it. She know he did it. And he was talking around it, never saying yes, never saying no. This is what I don't get about people like this. You talk all this talk, you do all this big game, but then when you confronted by it, you lie and say you didn't do it. That ain't being tough to me. That's being a punk ass person. Y'all know I can't stand Daemon. Anyway, you can clearly see he does not respect her as the queen. You know, he feel like she stole his birthright, and in Rhaenyra's eyes, he was just using her as a means to be empowered, and using her as the face as a means for him to be empowered and still be at the throne. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I can't trust you no more. I don't know. I have never trusted you. Now we really come to the point that I just can't trust you at all. I know that you were using me. Go ahead and include that you was being a molester and a pervert too, and say you groomed that girl in more ways than one. And right now, you admitting it to her face. I'm saying, ain't no way. He should have been locked the fuck up. Okay, and as the queen, after coming to this realization that he been out of pocket and he don't even respect her as the queen, thinks she don't deserve it, popping his gums off at her, she does nothing but calls him pathetic. That wasn't enough for me. He still got to go out on his own and do his own little thing. So he marched out the room because he mad because she called him on his punk card and everything. And Baylor was coming in, and she spoke to her damn daddy, and he didn't even break stride and just say anything to her. He don't even like them kids, right? He didn't want them fucking kids in the first place, right? And she know her daddy had something to do with it too. Damon is a full-on dick. I'm surprised that she sends Baylor though to go watch over the Red Keep and not Jace, because Jace was volunteering, like, put me in, coach, let me go do something. But all these men just so fucking disconnected. When Aegon passed Helena in the hallway, he looks at her and they don't say any words, but she kind of shake her head like, okay, I get it, I understand. I mean, say something. At least I could say about Aegon, it appears if he wanted to say something to her, he just didn't know how to express it. No, he's still a little detached, but I don't think it's because he just disregarding her emotions and what she's experiencing with. I don't think that's the case. It's just that he truly don't know what the fuck to say. So, ooh, child, let me get on cold ass. So of course he in there soaking in his fucking guilt too. Allison is still worried about her own ass and asked him, does he tell anybody that we was together? Who the fuck is he gonna tell? Who he gonna tell? Otto would have his head, or Aegon, one of them two would have his fucking head. And he's so full of guilt that he goes in there and blames Eric with an A, okay, on not being dutiful. Eric with the A was just like me, like, what the fuck you talking about? Where the fuck was you? Okay, but he made him feel so guilt-ridden, and sent him out on a fucking suicide mission, talking about Eric sullied the guard by wearing a dirty cloak, but you sullying the guard by sleeping with the fucking queen, okay? And shit, by sleeping with Rhaenyra, the princess, the first doggone time. So he starts to throw accusations about Eric with E, his brother, about him being a traitor. So surely the Eric with the A must be one too, and the only way to prove he wasn't is to go in there and kill Rhaenyra. So he's basically supposed to go in there and sneak in and pretend he was his brother. And he like, that is not what we do. That ain't what we virtuous. We don't do that type of stuff. But yeah, he got on his head so bad, he gonna go in there and do it. He's like, you sending me to my death, sir. Okay, they both must die at this point. Both of the twins. That's how I'm feeling. There's no other way around it, right? Nobody's ever gonna trust what they're saying and who they are if he get caught. Okay, so let me tell you, I love this exchange that Baylor and Jace was having. He actually likes her, and I'm not saying as a lover or a forced fiance, but as an actual equal. They actually have conversations in depth. She speaks about how she hates her father sometimes, and I'm like, girl, he hates you all the time. He don't not like you or your sister. Y'all was supposed to be the boys that he never had. And she asked Jace, how does he feel about her uncle, which was Lenore. And just like we know that Michael Jackson kids ain't his kids, everybody know that Jason, Luke, and what's the other baby name? the other little boy. We all know that they wasn't they knew as kids, okay? But he was like, the way she asked, it wasn't disrespectful, She didn't say, "What about your real daddy?" She just said, and what about Harwin Strong? How do you think he felt about you? And he was like, "I think he loved us." You know what I'm saying? He was a good, kind man. Bailey was like, "It's no doubt that man loved y'all, unlike my own daddy. Unlike my own daddy." Well, child, then we get the most disturbing scene in the whole episode to me. The fight scene may have been disturbing y'all, but me seeing Damon at the whole house curled up in the lap of his elder prostitute while looking like a skinned fucking cat, a baby Smeagol fresh out of the goddamn swimming pool, the crypt keeper, fresh out the womb. It was gross. It was gross. This scene to show us how immature mentally that Damon really is, okay? It was a sight I never had to see again in TV history, and I'm mad. I'm visualizing it right now. I'm mad about it, right? He told this lady, though, that Damon was the one responsible and that he was the actual target, okay? He talks to her like Damon used to talk to the white worm, remember? And I wonder if she gonna keep that truth to herself. He even tells her name is Madam Sylvie, that he's even apologetic about Luke dying. He didn't mean for it to happen. He wished it never happened, okay? I was a little thrown when we had went to Hugh's house, though. I was trying to figure out, why are we showing Hugh? Hugh was the guy who told Aegon that they needed more money to make the Scorpions. And Aegon said he would pay them. Maybe this was to show us the downturn or the change of tide from the small folk being on their side, right? Because remember, Aegon said that they needed the small folk to help win this war. So, Madam Sylvie, she had just mentioned herself that Aemon, by the princess getting anger and just doing irrational shit, they are affecting the small folk. They could harm the small folk like her, right? But Hugh, he still ain't got paid, because remember Aegon had promised that he was gonna get them paid. Otto was against that shit, but they still ain't got paid, and the people are suffering, right? Food running low, his child is sick, his wife having to travel twice as far to get food and pay 3 times as much for it. It's getting to be too much on them. And I'm sure that the death of Jaehaerys and trying to avenge him is what the king's priority is right now. Fuck everybody else in this particular moment. Okay. Then we get to go over to Driftmark, to Alan and his brother Adam, Milli Vanilli. Well, Adam, Milli Vanilli, he wants Alan to join Corlys's fleet when the ship is back up and running and everything. And Alan is like, nah, that ain't what I want to do. Okay, I don't want to be in any parts of that war. Like, nah, fuck him and his war. I love my life, right? But Milli Vanilli is all too eager to serve, right? He feels it's an honor to fight with Corlys. And I'm going to tell y'all probably a little bit later why. Okay, I know a little secret, and I'm going to tell y'all, because I normally don't like to give spoilers, but I'm going to give it to y'all this time. So anyway, Corlys don't even want to fight right now, right? He is worried about Daemon's loyalty. And Rhaenys is like, she don't think Daemon was going to challenge Rhaenyra, but she knows full well that he ain't going to let Rhaenyra rule him. That she knows. That in itself is a challenge, okay? Rhaenyra, she questions the White Worm about her involvement in Jaehaerys' death, and it took her a minute to realize who she was. This is the woman that Daemon wanted to marry, right? Okay, and I see she is open to not treat her poorly simply because she is a woman who has suffered at the hands of men, Daemon to be specific, and they always find a way to slip that angle into the programming these days. Anywho, child, guess what returned? Guess what returned? Lanier's Dragon Sea Smoke. You saw Milli Vanilli down there getting crabs off the shore and everything, and all of a sudden you saw a dragon fly over his head. And I was like, who got a white dragon? That was Lanier's dragon, right? It's been about 10 years now since anybody's seen this dragon, right? So I'm finna tie it all in for you. Now here, I'm finna spoil it for y'all for a little bit. I'm finna spoil a little bit. So if you don't want to hear the spoiler, so I don't care. Okay, anyway. The importance of Milli Vanilli seeing that dragon all comes back to the fact that rumors around town is that Adam and Milli Vanilli are Lenore's bastard children. Okay, now we all know that Lenore was gay and he hadn't sired any children. The truth is they are Corliss's children, which is why Alan really don't want to fuck with Corliss like that. But the same reason why Milli Vanilli does. Okay, he wants to connect in some weird way to the man that he knows to be his actual father. It's weird to see these two though, the way that they have them, because Alan, the bald-headed one, is actually the younger brother, but Milli Vanilli looks like the younger brother, right? And Milli Vanilli is going to have a direct connection to Sea Smoke, the dragon. And we gonna see how they play it out. That's all the spoiler I'm gonna give y'all, I think. Yeah. So anyway, we got a scene from The Handmaid's Tale going on. Out in town, the small folk walking past the walls, and his bodies just hanging up on the wall. Bodies at the bodies at the bodies. And everybody like, what the hell is going on? Well, since Blood couldn't remember the name of the rat catcher, what did they do? They hung them all. At least the ones that worked in the castle. And yes, Cheese was included. His dog was sitting there looking like him. That's what you get for kicking me, bitch. Okay, that's what the dog was looking at him like. So Otto was pissed though. He was like, what are you doing? You are undermining what we just built. We just paraded your fucking son through town to gain sympathy from the damn small folk. And here you go, hanging up they brothers, they fathers, they sons, and they lovers on the wall for everybody to see. You, it's one man. You done killed them all. Okay, now Aegon was like, well shit, they all had to go since when nobody talking. That's pretty much why they all had to go. Okay, in a way I feel like he kind of wasn't wrong, but I understand Otto too, right? Because they could have easily said that these men were traitors. After all, they could have said that. And Otto was like, you an ignorant ass fool. Boy, you better watch how you speak to your king. That's what Aegon was saying. I don't say, well, before you was the king, you was my motherfucking grandson. And I'm going to talk to you how I want to talk to you on period, right? And I just want Aegon to slap the shit out of him. I just want to give him one good baby powder back slap off his motherfucking face. One good time. But he didn't. Like I said, this is the thing. This is where Aegon and Rhaenyra are both exhibiting the ability to not command respect from his elders. He been unkingly too. Same way I was saying that Rhaenyra has been unqueenly in her conversation that she had with Daemon. I feel the same way with Aegon too. But Aegon did step up a little bit. He did something that Rhaenyra wouldn't have done. Okay, so Aegon is like, at least we did something. At least we did something. So Cole stepped up too. And I don't like, oh God, what the hell did he do? Okay, what hast thou done, you fucking fools? So he telling him about the little fools, Aaron, that he said, Eric with the A on. And he was like, you let this prank go on and you didn't even talk to me? You didn't talk to the council? What the hell is wrong with you? You ill-considered, feckless, trifling little boy. He got no dignity, unlike your damn daddy. And he's like, well, my daddy is dead and I'm not my ancestors, right? And I don't say, you sure ain't your ancestor. He was right about you. And I said, what the fuck you mean? He wanted me to be king. He said, oh, that's what you think. So Otto is admitting right now in this very moment that Viserys was not going to make Aegon king. He was at that very moment that all of that was a lie. He knows that, and if he knows it, so does Alicent. Which means y'all indeed usurped the throne. Aegon said, okay, bet. I'll show you how kingly I can be. Give me a badge. Okay. Otto was like, you wouldn't dare. He said, oh, and I did. Give me your badge. And so he's like, you gonna regret this shit. How you gonna walk around without somebody, like me to guide you? He said, well, give it to Cole. I said, child, no, he did not say give it to Cole. And then here you go back with your stupidity again. Now I'm with you, Otto. How stupid A got, man. You finna give it to Sir Cole. You ain't even gonna give it to Laris. You gonna give it to Cole? Otto was so disrespectful. He just threw the pen on the ground. The little badge for her. Take that shit. Take that. Ooh, no, I didn't say that. Whatever. Anyway, but A was like, it's whatever. It's whatever, cuz, okay? So over at Dragonstone, Rhaenyra, she decides to let the worm go. Worm her way out of prison. I don't care what nobody says. She should have been in prison forever or unalived. Okay? She helped them take the throne. And everybody using the excuse, so she just did it for money. It was all transactional. People like that have no loyalty, and it's all it's going to take is a little bit of coin to make them do it again. Rhaenyra says that she don't trust her, but she wanted to keep her word that was given to her by Daemon. You don't even know what that word was. Okay? Girl, bye. You don't even know what his promises was made for you to be responsible for them. But anyway, while the worm is on her way down to the dock to get on her boat and sail away. Sail on, honey. Okay, she notices Eric with the A. Now, she stopped and looked, but didn't say anything. I guess it wasn't enough coin in it for her to speak up and say, hey, that ain't who you think it is, because he just left me inside. And I know that ain't him. He wouldn't be just arriving right now, right? So the dude walking her out should have sounded an alarm or something if she actually said something. But she knew Eric was with the E was inside. Instead, Eric with the A coming on in. He get to move undetected around. He even almost runs to Eric with the E. And Eric with the E kind of said something was off. He's like, why do I smell my brother? That's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. He smelt his ass. Now, considering Eric with the E just left the Queen's quarters, I was like, don't you find this strange, sir, that he came back to take your watch? What is wrong with these people in this episode? They not thinking like warriors this particular episode. Anyway, Eric with the A walked in ever so calmly, and Rhaenyra's like, what's up, dog? You know what I'm saying? And now he didn't say one word, but unsheathed his sword. Rose right there. And she sit there looking like, I wonder what he finna do with that. Girl, right? Just in the nick of time, Eric with the E walked in. Brother, you know what I'm saying? Put down your sword. Eh? Okay? No, E, you betrayed us. Okay, I'm gonna ad-lib it here, right? But the battle begins, okay? Rhaenyra the first was still sitting there on the bed, like, go run, Alinda. Go find Sir Lawrence. Sir Lawrence was already in his PJs, child. He just walked away from the door. He already in his damn PJs, right? You know, not one time did Rhaenyra try to get out that damn room. Not one time. She was too busy trying to watch the damn fight. Anyway, this was a fight, child. This was a fight. They were kicking each other's shins. They were taking out each other's Achilles, cracking each other up the skull. They was jabbing each other in the heart, in the kidneys, and the bladder. It was just, they was snatching out each other's platelets and spleens, but not now one of them lost the ponytail. I thought that one of them would have got their ponytail snatched out. Not now one of them lost the ponytail. Matter of fact, one of the damn twins' hair was still almost in place. I don't know if he was using the Shine Jam or he was using Dep. One of the two. But his hair barely moved, okay? Anyway, after it was all said and done, Eric with the E took out Eric with the A. And then he turned and fell on his sword himself. He had to. He really had to, because that's the only way that they could be sure that she was safe and out of danger. No one could tell who the actual victor was. When you was watching this fight, you didn't know who was who, right? His brother could have actually won and then kept pretending that he was him in order to attempt on her life again when other people weren't around. But I think that they would have held him and imprisoned him because they wasn't sure who he was. They couldn't trust that he was the right one. So the only way to get out of that situation was to fall on his own sword. That's the only reason why we know for sure that Eric with the E was the one who actually won. Eric with the E was with us, with Team Black. Eric with the A was with Team Green. Okay, so damn shame, but it had to happen. Oh, this video long. Anyway, back at the Keep Child, Otto was in there fuming to Allison about what Aegon has done. You know damn well both of them fools need to be watched and guided, da-da-da this, da-da-da that, and now they working together. That's all bad. And she's like, well, Cole is a hothead, but he is loyal. Right? They still think that they can manipulate Aegon. I'm like, y'all really have unleashed the beast. I don't think y'all really know, right? I don't say, well, he gotta go. He ain't finna stay around there. Ain't no way he can stay there with all that he know. And now he exiled from the council. So he's gonna go over to Old Town where Alice's youngest son, Daron, lives. And y'all was like, I think Twitter was like, well, who the fuck is that? Okay, so there was supposed to be 3 boys and Helena was a girl. There was one time I want to say when King Viserys wasn't as sick and they was going through town. I forgot what they was parading around, but he was carrying young Daron on his hip. That's him. Now where he been all this time, we don't know. We've just found out he's been in Old Town. He got to be about 14 as well. I think he was the same age as Luke, because I want to say that Rhaenyra and Alicent was pregnant at the same time. Anyway, Alicent tells him, don't go there. Go to Highgarden instead. Because the Tyrells are out of pocket and we need to put them in check. She gonna handle Aegon. So she tried to tell Otto that, she been hoeing. And he's like, I don't want to know. I think you really do want to know. But it's probably a good thing that she didn't tell you with Sir Cole. So she goes out to go start to manipulate Aegon again. And she finds him weeping in the stairwell. And he was balling, child. He was really balling. That boy loved that baby. He been trying so hard to not appear weak and not shed a tear over his son that he finally broke. And Alicent couldn't even be the mother that he needed her to be. He needed her to be. Yeah, he needed her to be. And go to his side and comfort him or something, Just say I'm there, hold his hand, something. She too worried about Cole, okay? And her getting found out that she fucking Cole. So it was weird because she cried for Helena. But it might have just been the guilt that Helena saw her sleeping with Cole that she was really crying about. But she can't even give him a fucking shoulder. I say, I know. That's why I was like, yeah, I like Aegon. Because I wanted to, let him lean on my damn shoulder in that moment. Where Alicent goes into her bedroom. And guess who in her, child? Sir Cole. Waiting and ready. She sees him and gets angry and throws some little jabs at him. But we know good and God not gonna win. The only jab that she want to feel was coming from his pants. And they did. Again. They ain't learned nothing yet. And with Aegon, I just want Aegon to find out. And then be like, you and my mama been working together to try to push me over. That's what's been going on. And kill them all. Kill them all, Aegon. I'm just saying. Alright, y'all, this is this final recap and review. Hopefully my sinuses will be together by Sunday and I can get this recap and review. I'll see y'all on Monday. And then the next week I will not be doing a recap and review. I'll be back in St. Louis for my funeral services for my daughter's friend. And I will see y'all again in another video. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and hit that super thanks to help donate. Peace.